Georgia and inside Mercedes-Benz Stadium. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
In your face.
Here's the second-year man from San Diego State, Rashad Penny. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And it's caught by Jennings. Jennings lost the football, and the Falcons grab it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, express!
Following the fumble recovery, it's Ryan. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. line of scrimmage. Again, the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Hey, seam 6.
To throw again. Ryan is going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Base.
Let's go, let's get this ball back for the offense, let's go.
Hey, what?
From the shotgun, Ryan. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Ziggy Ansah able to record his 5th sack of the season.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. That's now 4 tackles for loss if you add the 3 he had last week to the 1 here in the first quarter.
And some of it comes from vision. And when you're playing defensive end, especially with those teams that want to take their D-ends and move them out a little bit wider so they can see into the offensive backfield, they can see things develop, able to make plays, then they use their athletic ability to take over and spill them.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
Ready, Blue 80.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Focus, defense, focus.
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go, ball on the 43. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They've had touchdowns on both of their drives thus far, but now they face a 3rd and long.
Bud. Get out.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. That's complete to Smith. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So the kick from here on a field goal would have been right at 53 yards, but instead, offense out there. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Heck of a 4th and short conversion. They end up getting north of 20 yards.
Ready, Blue 80! Blue 80!
Check, block 54, block 54.
Yeah.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Bryant's extra point up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right?
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The sack coming from Adrian Claiborne off the edge.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Well, the second down throw on target. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Wilson. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Vic Beasley making it look easy, cruising in for the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
To try again after the sack. Wilson, and he's going to go down again. Desmond Trufant with a sack. The corner blitz hits home. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Now Wilson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Meanwhile, on the NFL scoreboard, a game going on in Chicago. And it's the Bears who are off to the early lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL.
Ready,
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. The drive starts with a completion left side. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Mohamed Sanu is a guy that is often overlooked because he just quietly goes about his business. But how about last season? Had a career-high 838 yards on 66 catches, and he can also play wildcat quarterback for you as well.
Check, check. Fresno, Fresno, Fresno. Kill, kill, kill.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Ryan, complete. Smith has it. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Back now in Atlanta's 2nd quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the gun, it's Ryan. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
But one thing's for sure, when you got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Good shot, baby. That's a baby shot.
Space.
Operating from the gun. Ryan. Forced out to his left. Able to pick up a dozen yards, but they needed more. 4th down.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a 1st down.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
54.
Go.
54.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this.
Right there. 54. Right there.
They're going on 4th down. It's Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the 1st. Ryan now 6 of 10 in this 1st half. He's got his guys a 1st down here. Play action. It's Ryan. This one caught by Ridley. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Check, wait.
54. Come on.
22. 27.
Now Ryan on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Check. 25,
Throwing again. Ryan. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The 330-pounder Al Woods brings the boom on the sack. 3rd and long. It's Ryan. And it'll be intercepted. Tedrick Thompson picks it.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
39-yard gain on the play. And the Seahawks.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
He's crashing.
No pass.
Here's Wilson. From the gun, he'll throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Here's Wilson to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on 1st down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps them on 3rd down, makes it manageable now.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Check 43.
Wilson now, operating from the gun, buying time to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Wilson leaves this one with Penny. And some room to maneuver. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Rashad Penny, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. Extra point up and through by Myers. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Ryan. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
It's got to the point when we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
10 yards there and a 1st down for the Falcons. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Now Ryan. He's got Smith here. Not able to go anywhere that time. Second down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain. Stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Here's Ryan to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is caught inside the 5. A big play there, Ryan to Jones. 48 yards.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
25! 54! Mike, 54! Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Smith trying to run for it. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Let's get it.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
21.
Now it's Ryan. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there, but now it's 3rd and goal.
3rd down and 6 yards to go.
The Falcons on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and goal.
20, 20. 54. Hey, wahoo. Tighten down.
They go play action with Ryan. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. They're in coverage to knock it away. Marquise Blair.
Incomplete. It's now 4th down and goal.
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Bryant is good. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. So we're at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have the lead, now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
Guys,
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half.
And pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Looking deep for Julio. He's got a man complete. A big pickup of 38.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield, and he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons.
Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4.
They go play action now. Ryan. He's going to go up top for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, but it'll be second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
We ain't giving them nothing to do.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And it's complete. Hooper. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Down, ready, 280.
6 man. Check curls, check curls, check curls.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
At the Seahawks 6-yard line.
Second and goal from the 6 this time.
I got one,
Ryan. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Now we got 3rd and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. This will be play number 8 on the drive. It's 3rd and goal.
I'm coming for you, son.
Check. Gun. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, Haywood. Let him go.
From the gun, Ryan. And that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons push further out in front. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This is taken at his 4.
Let's go.
take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
A big hitter to start the drive has them up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
45. Mike, 40.
Gotta go, in and out. Let's go.
From the shotgun, Wilson. He hits his running back, Procise. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple.
Mike 5-4. I'm coming for you.
Hey, Charlie.
Ryan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can...
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
At the 2-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Wilson back into his end zone. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jaron Brown, the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
When everything is in sync on defense, that means everyone's communicating really well, and sometimes it's nonverbal. They just know that when a receiver's in one spot, this person may have him, and he's in another spot, the next defender may have him. And they've squeezed the passing lanes down to where it's so difficult to find an open area to deliver the football. They've made it tough on them all game long.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
And he's able to get it out of there. Taking on the midfield logo. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Smith. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 yards there and a 1st down for the Falcons.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pick.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Al Woods able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Here's Ryan. He completes it to Jones. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. Flush to his right. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
22. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it. 54, South. Hey, Alpha. Look out. Let's go.
Trying to punch it in with Smith. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Ito Smith. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons push further out in front.
Well, we got a little bit of everything on that run. Offensive line creating some space, but how about the guy running behind his pads into the end zone?
What does that mean when a guy says running behind his pad?
It means that he's going to be a physical runner. That way he's able to use his shoulder pads, his forearms, anything to ward off people, to power his way forward.
And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. It's a very short kick, taken right at the 20. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks. Wilson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
14.
They go play action with Wilson. He's going to look deep for more. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, that turnover might just about do it here. Fourth quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
You're exactly right. They played smart, a couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over. Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Now Ryan back into his end zone. And he fires one incomplete. Austin Hooper, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. A give to Smith out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's Matt Bosher now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. So it sails out of bounds close to midfield, and they'll say actually right at midfield. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Wilson going to hand it to Procise. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. A tale of 2 extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 52 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Nick Bellore, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. They go for just 1 here as it's up and good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away.
The Falcons take over at their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. So that'll back them up 5. The delay of game backs them up 5, 1st and 15.
Rip left, rip left.
After the penalty, it's Smith. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Time to go. Night, night.
On 2nd down, it's Smith. An 8-yard gain, so that gets them halfway there. Now they're left with a 3rd and 8 more.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. On the draw, this is Smith. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Wilson turns and gives to Procise. And he'll power his way up near the 25.
Gotta go. In and out. Go.
Now Wilson. Flushed out right. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he's got his target. That's more. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 41-yard line. Throwing is Wilson. Wide open receiver complete. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Wilson now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. Now he's forced out right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game.
Check 52. Got it. 12.
One last shot for Wilson.
Let go, defense.
And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game.